West Africa security, food supplies and nuclear energy. The Russian and Sierra Leone foreign ministers covered those talking points during a Moscow meeting where the visitor congratulated Vladimir Putin on his re-election. A very warm welcome to you. This is RT International with the latest world news update. It's great to have you with us this hour. Well, our top story this hour, Sierra Leone's foreign minister has congratulated President Putin on his re-election. The top diplomat was meeting with his Russian counterpart during a visit to Moscow. They discussed a wide range of issues, including nuclear energy cooperation and the security situation in West Africa.
We discussed the situation in the Sahara-Sahel region, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad. We are interested in West African countries remaining focused on safeguarding their sovereignty and interests in dealing with international partners. Elimination of the colonial and neo-colonial vestiges, which are still visible due to the presence of some former settlers on the African continent, is also in our interests. Today we conducted talks on this matter. And of course, we are interested in seeing the principle of African solutions to African problems put into practice. There are many conflicts and crises in Africa. Sometimes foreign players, while trying to offer assistance, primarily pursue their own interests, which are inconsistent with the interests of Africans themselves.
We also spoke about the need for the Russian Federation to support Sierra Leone in its aspiration for food security. My colleague and I spoke about the need for Russian investment in Sierra Leone. At the moment, investment is almost minimal. We want to use our political cooperation, our bilateral relation to heighten our economic possibilities. Today, I'm here. We also spoke about our multilateral cooperation.
Well, let's discuss this further now. We can cross live to Cherna Ba, Sierra Leone's Minister of Information and Civic Education. Many thanks for joining us on the programme today. It's very nice to see you. I appreciate your time. So yesterday there was a meeting between the Russian and Sierra Leone foreign ministers. A lot of things were spoken about. I'd like to ask for your assessment of this meeting.
Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. I think this was a very productive meeting, and it's based on a very long relationship between Sierra Leone and Russia. Sierra Leone has benefited from a mutual diplomatic relationship that's been very beneficial over the years since 1963. And this was an opportunity to rekindle and strengthen those bilateral relations. And as the foreign minister said, they really focused on aspects that are beneficial for both countries. So looking at global peace, security issues, but also attracting investments in Sierra Leone and a continued partnership around areas of education, which has been areas of collaboration in the past, but also particularly investments in energy. So we were very buoyed by this meeting. We were grateful for the opportunity to engage with our counterparts in Russia, and our foreign minister is very enthused by the possibilities from that conversation.
And how could the opening of the Russian embassy contribute to new projects between the two countries?
As I said, we've really, over the years, since 1963, we've benefited from collaboration with our Russian counterparts over the years, but that has stalled because we had not had enough people-to-people exchange. We have not benefited from having the presence of a Russian embassy in our country. So the reopening of this embassy is really big welcome news. It ensures that our ties will be strengthened. It ensures that we can seek mutually beneficial projects. We can explore opportunities for investments that will contribute to our country's development. But also Sierra Leone can make our own modest contributions as well to the aspirations of the Russian people. So, whether it's the work that we're doing now as a leader, as a member of the Security Council, or on other peace and security issues within our region, it is really just an opportunity to strengthen our ties and to pursue mutual goals.
We see great strides being made in new relations, new partnerships, as we're seeing with this particular meeting, but it's still a very contentious time for Russia. And I'm wondering whether you have any concerns that your country might face Western pressure or even sanctions due to strengthening relations with Russia.
I think all our partners understand that Sierra Leone has always been committed to international law and international principles, respect the sovereignty of all our partners, and we engage and pursue the best interest of our country based on these global goals and global value systems. So we're capable of having these sets of different conversations, and we're happy to welcome any international partner that's interested in investing in our country. And this is not about it's not a binary. It's not an either or. I think Sierra Leone is in a position where we believe we can engage all our parties based on these principles that have long defined our international engagement. And as I said, this is not a new relationship. We have enjoyed this relationship with Russia since 1963. This is just an opportunity to deepen it and seek further investments in our country and to seek things that will continue to advance President Biyo's vision for our country, which is to move this country forward. And that's what we'll continue to do.
And I understand that one area of interest, speaking of moving forward, is information technology. How would you assess the cooperation between the two countries in this particular field? And what new agreements could we expect to be signed in this area?
I'm very happy you mentioned this. Part of President Biyo's Big Five development agenda is around really transforming our digital footprint, our information technology system in our country. And we know that Russia has both the expertise, the technology, and information that will be useful for our country. It is one of the areas of our conversation. It's what we're expecting and hoping for, not just investments, but also exchanges, people-to-people exchanges, exchanges in technology, exchanges in equipment and things like that. So everything is on the table. This was a great conversation, and as you know, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Sierra Leone himself benefited from that partnership from years ago. He studied in Russia, our Minister of Mines. So this is not new. We have a whole set of leaders in our country who can speak the language, who can continue those exchanges, and we're hoping we will reap multiple benefits, including in the area of information and technology.